And scene. Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Boy, that was fun. I hit the wrong button, and so I had to do a quick correction. And then I realized my microphone wasn't working, so I had to get that going. And I think we're here now. Welcome. I'm James. I'm Bald Engineer, Adams, live stream. Bellum, great to see you. Francois. So the funny thing is, you said something to me. You said something to me on Mastodon, and I was like, "Oh no, did I mess up the link again?" So I was glad to see you in chat. Hey Renee, welcome as well. All right, so okay, here's what I think we're going to do tonight. I want to check out KiCad version 8. They released the release candidate 2. I think it was on the 21st, so earlier this week or late last week. And so I want to check it out. And I thought a fun project to do that would be with, I thought we could use the Mega 2 because I need to make an expansion board for it. And I'll show what I need in just a second. Yeah, I'm just going to skip that. So let's see, where did I put that picture? So the Mega 2, for those that don't know, that was the Apple II project that I did a couple of years ago on stream. That's where I made a mini Apple IIe, and we did it by... I found this on the web. Thanks, Siri. That's really helpful. Of course, it's going to key out, but we did it by using this Mega 2 chip, this one right here, which came out of an Apple IIGS. But this thing has a board or a slot for a card, and that was never my original intent. In fact, this whole thing was supposed to be like a self-contained portable unit, but I got so enamored with everything else that I never got there. But it does have a slight problem in that you can't really plug cards in. And so this was, I'm going to load something while we look at that. So this is sort of the issue, is the cards can't actually plug into the socket because there's a case in the way. And so I do need to make a little expansion board that just kind of fits that little hole so that we can plug stuff in. And so that's what we're going to at least sketch out today. I don't know if I'll actually fab whatever we make today, because who knows how this is going to turn out. But we can at least start there. So... Was that the first time you saw the intro? Wow, I guess you always go. Well, I guess also I always forget to do the what do you call it? The Mastodon. I almost always forget Mastodon for some reason. So so shrink the cards as well. Yeah, right. Okay, so as always with a KiCad project, the first thing we're going to do is go to Git and create a branch. Totally normal, right? And I apologize. I'd meant to actually do this before we started, but well, everything else happened. Why am I in the wrong branch? Okay. Nothing. Okay. I just haven't switched branches yet. Okay. We'll do that. So I'm going to switch branches, and then we're going to okay, Dropbox is done. Let's do a pull. I guess I never did that on this machine. Let that go. And then we're going to branch that to slot expansion. Okay. So that should be pretty much ready. Okay, so that's taken care of. And now for the main event. Let's put this in the middle of the screen. We're going to double click on KiCad 8. I just installed it earlier. How do I want to do this? Do I want to import settings or start with defaults? Tell you what, we're going to start with defaults because I want to see what the defaults are like. We can report anonymous crashes. I actually let the KiCad team have this stuff because I'm going to complain about it on Discord anyway. So automatically check for updates. Ooh, that's new. All right. Okay. So first off, are there any new tools? Doesn't look like it. These all look about the same. Let's go into the plugin manager and see. Okay, first thing, yeah, we got to install interactive BOM. I think that's required. We'll go ahead and go with KiBuzzard, and definitely not going to click on anything that says Eisler. That'll be a cold day in hell before I ever do that. I don't want to go too far on some of the. Actually, I'm going. Yeah, round tracks. I'll go ahead and install because I'll probably end up using it. KiMotor. I actually played around with that a little while ago. Schematic blocks. Really? Well, I don't want to mess with that because I want to see what KiCad has. PCB coil generator. Oh, I actually need that. There's like 3 things that generate coils. They misspelled KiCad. Git plugin. Oh, really? Okay, I'm not going to install that yet. But I want to check that one out. The Eisler feud continues? Yeah, absolutely. Look, I know there was the 3-letter PCB company that I have issues with, but I will never use Eisler ever. And it is the one fab that I can't imagine I just can't. I mean, I'm not going to get into it. I did want to do one thing really quick, even though we're going to work on a project. I want to create. So I always create like a scratch project because that way I can just quickly open up something and see what's going on. So copy the default global symbol table. Yes. Plugin API for the PCB calc tools. Oh, really? I'm surprised by that. You know what? Now that you said that, I doubt. Why is that? What? Wait, what? I click on calculator tools and it's like, why is it asking me about the settings again? I don't think that's right. You know, I was surprised is there wasn't anything in here to estimate the trace capacitance on a PCB. Because I'm working on a video for calculating the pull-up resistors for I2C, and it's all dependent on your bus capacitance. And not only is it hard to find that value for devices, but you pretty much have to use a there's not a good calculator for capacitance of a trace. And, you know, I mean, even if you said 400 kilohertz, which is still not quite right because the edge is typically much faster, but you could calculate, anyway, you could use 400 nanoseconds, 300 nanoseconds. So, well, I don't think, hopefully today is not suffering because because KiCad 8 is new, so therefore there's no problems with it, right? Hey, Christian. Okay, so number one is I knew that this was coming, and I played with this on the nightlies a little while ago, but Schematic Editor got the properties panel, so I'm excited about that. And then next thing let's go take a look at is schematic setup and just see if there's anything that catches my eye. BOM preset. That's interesting. I wonder how you add stuff to this. Because I think, is it 8 or 9 that's getting a new BOM exporter? I didn't change anything. Okay, so the terrible net class window is still here. Okay. Or UI is still here. Bus aliases and then variables. Okay. So I don't see much there. The BOM presets, though, I don't understand what you do with this, so I might need to look into that later. And then if we go into tools related to that, if we go into generate, oh, this is new. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Huh. So, oh, I see what they did. Hold on. So if we go to my favorite, this is actually my favorite window, is edit symbol fields. Yeah, okay. So edit symbol fields. This looks like it's received an update, but without anything on the page. It's hard to say. Export. I'm curious how it knows. Oh, I see. So I wonder if these are the field, because like there's reference, and then here is reference, value, footprint, or is it the label? So it's probably the field. That's kind of interesting. Generic calculator tool plugin. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think I think I know where you're going with that, Francois. I think it actually makes sense. It would be nice to have like a calculator, like just make plug-in calculators, like just let me program something up and give me a way to wire it into that tools window. I would be very okay with that. I also feel like that would be something like, a way to abuse that, how every PCB company has their own plugin. I could see them using that as like a way to also do, say, like a cost estimator or something. So fear leads to anger, anger leads to pain, pain leads to suffering. Those movies don't exist. It's pretty sad, although it is a pretty sad world that the prequels are not the worst Star Wars movies. So, okay, so that's interesting. Moving on. Output format. Yep, that's so if I do to TSV, interesting. CSV, okay, so that's cool. That's a lot better than what used to be here. And then I think I saw generate legacy BOM, which is, I'm glad it exists, but I'm glad it looks like that's better. All right, so then the last thing we'll go check out, and then we'll get started on the actual project idea today, is let's go look at preferences real quick and just see if there's anything in here that catches my mind. I do need to set this. Okay, I'll do that later. We don't need it today. Default PDF viewer. I'm going to guess dark mode still doesn't work in Windows. It does not. That's a WX widgets issue. Backups, cool. Mouse and touchpad. Don't really notice off the hand anything there. Oh, we should look for snap. No. What's the thing I'm looking for? It's change the grid. Switch to next grid. So the first thing we want to do is get rid of that. Anonymous reports, that's fine. Oh, now you guys have my ID. So you can go and find all of my reports. Grids, that all looks about right. Display. This looks different somehow. I don't know that I remember this before. I wonder if this is similar to how in PCB you can turn off things like the DRC flags. This is a new dialog, so that's interesting. Oh, I know what I want to check out. We'll try this. Remind me, I want to see if they fixed colors in schematic symbols. Okay, that looks pretty cool. I don't remember having a preview in 7. This looks really nice. I think I like that. I don't know if it's there, then my bad. All right, that all looks good. PCB stuff, I'll worry about PCB when we get there. 3D viewer, realistic on this computer. Let's crank everything to the max. All right. Yeah, okay. Okie dokie. Let's go. All right, so I'm going to close this sample project because I'll come back to that later. And now let's go and do a new project in Golden Delicious, GitHub, KiCad files, and then I'm going to do GD.io extender. Actually, I'm going to call it, why did Edge load? I swear. I said slow because I was thinking of that, because I was thinking of Edge. GD slot extender. I won't create a new folder because I messed up the name. GD slot extender. And let's get going. You don't exist, go away. So I posted this on the X the other day. This legitimately happened. I had to doctor the screenshot just a little bit so that you could read the error message, but this was the dumbest error message I've ever gotten in a program. I can't see that screen. I'm dragging the wrong thing. The Arduino IDE, I was trying to save, and down here it said, cannot save the sketch. Please copy your unsaved work into your favorite text editor and restart the IDE. Just love it. What? Oh, that was so good. Now, I think the problem is, for some reason, it thought it was stuck compiling, and I don't know why. And I had to like kill it in Task Manager. But just this, I was like, come on, really, guys? Really? Okay, now I am going to launch another KiCad 8 instance because I want to open project, because I want to copy the, let's go to GD3B. Let's open up this one because I want to copy the schematic symbols from this one, because I don't want to redo the slot completely. So let's see. All I want is the Apple II slot. And I think that's all I need. That's all I'm going to need for this expansion card. So then we'll go back to our new window. I'm going to paste this. And so that gets us our pinout. All right, let me close this because I'm going to get confused if I don't. Okay. All right. So there we go. Now we can just press F8 and be done. Just kidding. So this is my pinout. The next thing we need to add is I need my edge connector. So let's see, where is that? That's going to be, let's go manage symbol libraries, project specific. Let's let's add a global because I need to add, nope, wrong one. I need to add my library, which I keep in a super secret folder called KiCad. And then I think I have my library. What is it? Oh, I might have to go look at KiCad 7 because I don't remember which one this is. It must be KiCad.sim. All right. And then while we're at it, before I forget, let's go and, ooh, it's stuck. Hey, Dustin, welcome. Hey, Christoph. Copy the sketch versus poof. Okay. Valid point. That was, at least it didn't, yeah. Actually, related to that, I know most of you probably don't ever use it, would never use it, but Adobe After Effects, it's really good about if it gets, when it has a basically a catastrophic failure, it'll say we're about to close, save this as a new file. And like when you click on OK, you get the file save as dialog, which is very frustrating, but also I'm glad it at least gives me a chance to save the file before it dumps out. So I guess that's what the IDE did. I just think it's interesting. I just wonder, how do you trap that kind of error and not just, you know, not error out? Like, it just feels like, but I guess I realize why that makes sense. Never mind. That was a dumb thing to say out loud. Okay, now where is my footprint library? Because it's not. Uh-oh. Is it this one? No. My libraries. Oh, yeah, it's got to be this one because it's got a date of like the other day. Okay. So then, okay, now that I've done that, we should be able to add. I want to see if they fixed this problem. So in KiCad 7, they changed this filtering where the filter dialog would show empty library. So like if you did say LM7805, yeah, that's better. And then if I just type in 42069, okay, yeah, KiCad 7 has a bug where it'll list all of the libraries, or yeah, all the libraries, even if nothing matches. So, and by the way, if you're the person on Facebook that I said that's just how it works, I apologize because I was totally wrong. I don't know why I thought that. All right, so where is my libraries? My library. And then in here, I should have an Apple II slot. No, what do I want? So this is my Apple II slot. And if we edit, oh, look at this. Check this out. I like this already. How do I make, can I just close? Oh, ooh, that's nice. I like that. So the only thing man, why isn't there a, you know, what's missing here is I'd like to go directly to the footprint. Because like what I do is I edit the symbol with E, and then I go footprint, and oh, I see what I did. Well, that's not the footprint that I want. Yeah, so what I want it to do was I want it to have this. So this is going to be our, so let's see. I like this. Yeah, so let's text properties, text. Can I just change this to card edge? So no, I can't do that. Oh. Okay. So you know what this reminds me of? When the iPhone first came out, like the first iPhone, Safari, the web browser, was notoriously unstable. And granted, at the time, it was an amazing web browser given that it was designed to render any web page, but there was lots of stuff back then that would just drive it crazy. And I remember being in a forum and somebody was like, Safari is really weird. It randomly just decides to show me the home screen for some reason. And it's like, well, yeah, that's what happens when it crashes. It's not a feature. It's a lot of usage meters. You mean the meters on my thing down here? Oh, what the farts. Everything we just did is gone. That's lame. All right, so my schematic library is here. My footprint library is here. Okay. Hold on. I need to check something real quick. Okay. we're going to just copy this from the clipboard. So now I'm going to hit this thing, this magic key. Let's see if they've implemented this feature. Save. Okay, that's better. Yeah, this computer is the same one I do my video editing, and I made the mistake when I built it. I thought I wanted as many cores as I could get, so it's an 18 core Xeon. And what I didn't realize is it does when it renders ridiculously fast, and for the most part, all of the cores get heavy usage. So rendering video and transcoding video, it is extremely fast. The mistake I made though is when I render video, I almost always get up and walk away. And so I should have optimized for I should have gotten less cores that were faster, because a lot of editing tasks are 1 or 2 core. They're not really well threaded. And so that's where I really need the better performance, because the thing the computer does the fastest is the time I get up and walk away. You know, like, it's kind of one of those things, like if it took, what's going on? If it took 10% longer to render, I wouldn't know, because I would be off drinking tea somewhere, right? Okay, I almost don't want to try this again, but I'm going to try this again. So if I come in here, oh, see, this is different this time. Before, oh, I know what it was. I clicked on text. Okay, I want to try something. So I'm just going to do this. Okay, so that worked. But if I click on this, and I come in here and I type in card edge, I found a bug. I found a bug.
And there was much rejoicing. Yay.
Yay. All right. Click on value text, then edit text and properties panel. Crashy. All right. We're just gonna make a little, little file here in case we run into others. I changed my mind. I want to make that MD. Okay. So, but I can change it here. So we're just going to do card edge, and that works just fine. All right, so that's going to be our card edge, except now I just remembered I have to go and change. Oh, I'm going to do actually. And then we'll do socket. Oh, that's interesting. If I edit this, so I edit the text value, but the property didn't change. It looks like it doesn't change until I click on it again. On text value, E to edit, change the text, properties panel doesn't update. Okay. I'm gonna have to try and figure this out. All right. So this is going to be the top of our board. This is going to be the bottom. But this one, we need to change to the card edge. And I think I have an Apple II card, Apple II bus. Now, why did I create my own? Because this doesn't look much different, does it? Oh well, I'm going to use mine. I must have made it for some reason. Okay. So then I wonder, can we just say, can I just do this? And then copy these as well. And then we'll put over here a no connect. So I'll hit Q for no connect. All right. So then let's just copy the same thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this so we get the no connect this time. Same thing. Copy paste. So this is where I'm using the different ways you can select stuff in KiCad. So for example, I want all of these wires and their node names, but I don't want this this symbol. And so if I drag from left to right, or just drag right while holding down the mouse button, anything that fits inside entirely inside of this selection box gets selected. So all of my wires got selected, but the symbol for card edge did not. If instead I drew the same size box by dragging to the left, this will select anything that touches the selection box. So in this case, the symbol gets selected because it touched, even though it wasn't entirely inside. And so where I really wanted to use that was on this other side where I have this no connect, where it's like, okay, well, if I drag this, I get most of the stuff. But if I drag from partially inside of the symbol, I only get these elements. Oh, look at that. And J2. That was dumb. Okay. There we go. Cool. So that should be the bottom of our card, the top of our card. And then I want it to add, I want to delete, no. So now I want to actually add a connector. What am I looking for? That's footprint. Yeah, wait, yeah, footprint. So the footprint, so what I want to do is I want to have the card edge that will plug in, and then on the top I have these right angle connectors that will put onto the board so I can plug a card in. And then I want a set in the middle, I want a set of headers so that I can put a logic analyzer on, because I have something where I could use a logic analyzer. Yeah, Francois, I think the selection thing, and it's not limited to KiCad. Other CAD tools do something similar, but it is something that I think confuses a lot of people, because it's like, it seems like it's random until you understand why it works that way. So let's see. I want to just do like some, what am I looking for? I'm looking for connector, pin header, 2.54 millimeter. So I want a pin header, 2x25, but the problem is these are numbered wrong. Okay. And that's also the wrong header. Pin header 2x25, and then I want a pitch of 2.54 millimeter. See, the problem is these are labeled, they're going left, right, or odd, even, and I need them to go around. So I think what we're going to do, I think I'm going to end up just making a footprint. So for now, we're just going to leave that. And then the last thing I want to do is let's change this to, whoa, I don't know, I hit the wrong button. We're going to change this to J1. I want to change this to J2. Wait, I'm going to save because, wait, last time I did this, it crashed. And then we're going to make the debug header J3. All right. And then the last thing I want to add are, let's add some LEDs. So R0805, that's this is in my library. I created some atomic part numbers. So I have a resistor symbol along with a footprint for 805 resistors, which I just realized I should have used. I'm going to filter that. What I should have done is I should have used, why isn't that filtering? The hand solder. Okay. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to do 12 volts. And we'll do negative 12 volts, even though, and then we'll do negative 5 volts. And we'll do 5 volts. So we'll do 5. All right, let's click on this and do a rotate, and then we'll M to move. There we go. Ooh, moving the label or the text has a different grid than the rest of the symbol. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, so we're going to move this to here, and we'll move this to here, and we'll move this to here. All right, and then we'll do an add, and I'll do LED 1206, right? Which I just do as a diode footprint because why not? And we're going to do that. We're going to do that. And then I realized we're going to have to do this and this. All right. And then what we're going to do is let's try this. Let's do a group. I want to turn off the D1206 because I don't really care about that. Well, that's disappointing. Well, that time it worked. But there's no... So if I click on the D1206s, show field name. Nope. But there's, you know what's missing here is I can't just make those not visible. That's a bummer. Because now what I have to do is click on it, E for edit, visible. Ugh. All right, that's not really a bug, but that is definitely something I expect to have been in there. Okay, so I'm going to move these down here. I'm going to move these over to here. So 5 volts. All right. Copy, paste. Copy, paste, copy, paste. Yep. Do a wire. Copy, paste. Copy, paste, copy, paste. And then I'm going to do that again for ground. Can I just borrow ground from somebody? This is well grounded. All right. Do that, do that, do that, and do that. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Okay, let's Control S that. And now I'll just turn them around. I did those diodes right? Because this will put a this will drop, because this will drop 2 volts. So this will be -3 and 5. So this side will be 2 volts higher than that side. Yeah, that's right. I remember doing this before when I did the backplane when I did the backplane for Golden Delicious. Okay, so now we're gonna go into my favorite edit symbol fields, and I've talked about this and I showed this before, but I always bring this up. So normally at this point you would say, okay, I need to assign footprints, and for some reason the KiCad developers really won't get rid of this other dialog that's, to me, completely useless. Wait. Yeah. Nope. That's the annotation. Whoa. What's not annotated? Oh. That's interesting. God, which button is it? This footprint. What do you mean it's not annotated? What's not annotated? What is going... Oh, this is weird. So if I come in here and I change this to J3 and I click off of it. Oh, well, I don't want it to be J3. If I make this J2 and then I run the footprint assignment tool, if we do annotate duplicate items J1. Okay, so is this actually not changing the value? Oh, it totally isn't. Check that out. So the properties panel says it's J1, but the symbol properties does not. So something is, okay. Editing the reference designator in properties panel shows a change in schematic, but it doesn't stick. Seems like it stays the same even if you edit the symbol. Well, I gotta say, I feel like I'm running into a lot of bugs that are with this properties panel that I don't feel like should have gotten this far. Like, was nobody using it? Okay, let's try running this assignment tool. Yeah, so everybody wants to use this tool to assign their footprints, but I think this tool is terrible because, like, if I want to see this footprint, I think you can open a viewer and then maybe this viewer stays open. Yeah. And I don't know, it just seems so clunky to me. And then it's really hard to, the filtering doesn't always work how I, like the filtering doesn't make sense to me. So I don't get why that dialogue is still there. I think it's terrible. So what I'd like to do is I instead go to Tools, Edit Symbol Fields. And in here, this is so much nicer because for each reference or each component, you have the footprint. And then if you click in here, you can go to the footprint chooser, which has a fantastic filter tool. Now, the one trade-off is this tool doesn't limit by pin count. So the assignment tool will only let you select 2 pin footprints for a 2-pin symbol. That's its one advantage. But I just feel like this is so much easier to use. Not only that, but then you can also, like in this case, it's like, okay, all of my LEDs are selected. And even if you wanted to change it, then all you would have to do is come in here and easily copy and paste. It's just, I don't know. Anyway. Okay. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. So we have our footprints assigned. Let's save this. Let's commit this real quick. GD, I want it to unstage that. This we're going to discard. And then let's go ready for PCB. Hey, Tim. Good to see you. On the LC3? Interesting. I'll have to pay attention to that because I've got an LC3 that I need to recap. I looked at trailer videos. I didn't like the way that YouTube does it. I think it makes things confusing. The problem I have with like the way that YouTube does the trailer video thing is I don't actually want my live streams published in the feed before I go live. And so I don't know. All right. By the way, you should not have relink footprints to schematic symbols based on the reference designators checked unless you need it, which is, I still can't believe this is the top option on here because it's so rarely used. All right. But anyway, did I say goodnight, Francois? If not, have a good night. Thanks for coming by. It's good to see you. Another TED Talk. Nice. Okay, so PCB. Let's take a quick look at the board setup and see if there's anything new. We didn't look at this yet. That looks all about the same. Offhand, I'm going to say this looks about the same board finish. Actually, what we'll do is our top mask is going to be purple. And our bottom mask is also going to be purple. I wonder if I should do this in After Dark. Let's see what the traces look like. Board finish. I'm going to say yes to card edges, but it doesn't really matter. Okay. I'm actually, before I go too much farther. No. Let's look at, now that I realize I shouldn't actually do any of this stuff yet. So text variables, I think that's still the same. Constraints, I don't notice anything offhand that's new there. Teardrops, ooh, was that in 7? I don't remember that being in 7. Yeah, that's new. Okay. Well, that's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Length tuning. Ooh. I think this got a lot of work in it because I remember there was somebody in the KiCad Discord that was having a lot of trouble with the length tuning in 7. And so I think this got a lot of effort. I have to come up with an idea of what we can do with that. And then all this other stuff looks normal. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to import. I want to import text graphics, constraints, predefined net classes from KiCad, PCB, OshPark, 2-layer. Okay, I don't care about that. Like, oh, why would I care about any of that? This didn't get imported. Was there a solder mask settings? There was. Oops. Let's import that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so what's really funny to me in the KiCad Discord, on Reddit, and on the forums, I see this all the time. People say, there should be some way to import settings from a previous board, or every PCB should start with a default value, which, okay, you could create a template, but in the board setup, and this is the same in schematic, there is an import settings from another board. So like I went through and I created constraints for OshPark, and then I started working on them for PCBWay. So it's like, okay, so I did that, and I closed the dialog. I'm coming back just in case it doesn't get set. Maybe I should have checked to see if that works. In my net classes, I don't think I actually had net class stuff set up, but I'm going to do 6 mil, and my track width, I'm going to say 8 mil. I just want it to be slightly larger than the clearance allowed. And There we go. All right. So move this over here. I'm going to put this up here. I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to put this in the middle. Oh, you know what? I just realized we've got to change this header because the pins are labeled incorrectly. So how am I going to do this? What is the best way? Because what we need this to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then come back up and around. It'd almost be faster just to create it from scratch. What am I thinking of? There is a pin table. This feels something's different. The footprint editor looks a lot more like the PCB editor now. Did it always have the appearance? I think this is new. No, it's not. Okay, that's new. I know properties is new. Okay. All right, I'm looking for, there was like a pin table. Okay, well, renumber pads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This is not how I want it to do this, but darn, that's pretty cool. All right, I'll take that. Live streams are available. There is a playlist called Adom's live streams. It's actually has all my live streams from years ago, but there is a playlist available. All the live streams are unlisted, but they show up in that playlist. Hey, Squire. Video for the 8-bitters? Nice. Are you also using KiCad 8? I found a couple of bugs. Just a few. I've only been working on this for an hour and have five symbols, but I've already found some issues. I am missing. There used to be a table, and it was all of the pins. Wait a minute. Pins are in the schematic editor. Pads are in the PCB editor. I'm thinking of the PCB. I'm thinking of the schematic editor. Okay. So now if I rotate this, that's still really messed up. That didn't update. What the heck? Oh, come on, really? Edit footprint. Oh, what in the world? It didn't save. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm going to pay attention to what I did this time. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm only going to do like the first 10. Oh, I undid it. That's what happened. The grid hotkey. Yeah, I was actually that was the first thing I changed when I launched this one, because I decided to, like, whenever I check out a new version, I like to just do the default settings, because then that way I also know what is the default for when people ask questions. And that was the first thing I did after launching into the preferences, was get rid of the change grid setting. I don't remember if you were here for last week, but I tried to import an Eagle project, and the Eagle project imported completely off grid. And so I was just like, are you kidding? All right, so I'm pretty sure that was my fault. I hit escape to stop numbering, which basically is undo. Yeah, so now we're at 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then if I rotate this, yep, there we go. That's what we're talking about. Okay. So that's looking really good. You know what? Well, I know what I can do. I know what I'll do. I'm really thinking about just getting rid of those LEDs, because I really don't need them. In fact, you know what I would... Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of them. No, I'll keep them. Why not? So I want to try something new also. This isn't necessarily new, but this is a new trick that I learned with starting with 7. So what I want to do is I'm going to select these two symbols, and then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to hit P, and it allows me to move just those two. And now I'm going to select these two. I'm going to come back into PCB, and then it'll let me move these two, which looks like they're over here somewhere. And then, in fact, I should just flip those because they're going to be on the back. Come back over here. So basically what it is you highlight, it's called pack and go, I think, but you highlight multiple parts and then you hit P and it moves them. What's really nice is if you have like a chip and decoupling capacitors, then you can just highlight everything in schematic, go into PCB and hit P, and then it groups all those parts together so you can at least clump them up and get them where you need them. All right. That's going to go roughly there. And then hit P, P for pack. And let's see, -12 looks like it's over here, and it's also going to be on. Wait, both of these are going to end up on the back side. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, for a couple of symbols, it's not a big deal. But when you have like how KiCad just dumps everything in, it's really helpful just to be able to say, like, you know, for example, it's like I want to select all of the stuff associated with a chip and at least group stuff together. Super handy. So, okay. Let's save that. And now what we need to decide is how long or big is this going to be? So I don't think I have an expansion card up here. Now that I think about it. Wait, what is this? I do have one. I have no idea what this is. So this came in one of my Apple IIGS's. It's some kind of sound card. And I'm not even sure if it was ever a product. Anyway, I wanted that because I should be able to look at it this way and say, how much space do we need? Because I need it to be about there. And so I want the top. So now I'm going to grab some calipers. Put it in millimeters. I guess I could have done this in CAD actually. I'm just going to say from there to here. There we go. Let's see, 36.8. So if I did 40 millimeters, I know you can't see what I'm doing, sorry. If I did that, and then that plugged into there, and then the top of the slot came here, I think we would have enough room. So what I want is, I'm just going to draw a rough box for this. Have a good night in Greece. Yeah, once you learn the hotkeys, I used to have a thing that would pop up on the hotkeys that I'm pressing. Once you learn the hotkeys in KiCad, it becomes super easy to operate. So basically, from about there to there, I wish this would just let me do. So start X, index, that's not what I want. I want start Y. I want to do this plus 40 millimeters. Okay. So from the way that I did this is from about the top of the card edge. I got to change my grid. This is way too thick. So from the top of the card to about there. Wow, that is a lot shorter than I was expecting. Wow, maybe I do have to get rid of the LEDs. The good news is this can go a little bit higher. Okay, I'm getting rid of these LEDs. They're just gonna be a mess. Yeah, let's just get rid of them. So let's back up. Let's go back to the schematic, and you know what we'll do? Let's do save, and then we'll commit that just in case I want to back up. All right. Delete footprints with no symbols, update, close. There we go. All right. And then we're going to move this down. And then this. So what I was thinking I would do is I would move this to be right about there. And so I think overall this gives me a little bit of margin because this sticks up slightly above the card. Yeah, so that should work out. Now, the only question I'm thinking about now is on Mega 2. On Mega 2, I use the same socket. I want to reuse it because I've got a ton of them. The weird thing was it IO Proto? Wait, yeah, this has slot maker, so it's the one I'm looking for. The weird thing was, come on. The socket is actually on the back of the board, which isn't a huge problem. It's just weird to me. Oh, wait, I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. But, oh, I know what I want to, what I need to think about for a second is which way is this facing? Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. What was the Apple II card pinout? I just thought of this. Because I think I actually need to flip everything around. What are you doing, Google? Didn't I see a big mess of wires? There we go. So the arrow in the middle of the drawing points to the front of the Apple II. Okay. So this arrow points to IO select being going towards the front of the computer. So let's just do a quick text on the front silk because we want to remember this. So front is going to go over here and rear is over here. Now, the way that it plugs into Mega, however, it's not quite. I named it keyboard on my layout. I think. Yeah, okay. So that's actually how I want that to go. So that'll work. All right. Now, I think all we got to do is run some traces. So let's see. If we start on the front and we do this, I should have given, what do you call it? 5 volts and ground. I should have done those with slightly different. Ooh, I don't like how that's working. I don't like that at all. I want them to, okay, hold on. I want these to come up to here and then bend around. So I want this to come up to here and then bend around. Oh, you know what we should do? I know what we should do. Because this is like basically just straight lines. We should use the curve plugin and make them curvy. And then I will use, nice. Okay. We got to fix that, but I'll do that later. I want to try something. If I do 1, 2, and 3, and then I select these tracks, and then can I hit F? No, not F. Shift F. Yas. All right. So we're gonna do this. I'm gonna just draw a little stub. So this was introduced in KiCad 7, but I always forget about it because it, like, I don't often have a workflow where this works. Let's close this for the moment. Let's close this for the moment. No, I want the selection filter. All right. So now what I want to do is I only want to get tracks. I'm going to do a right drag to get those tracks. And then I'm going to hit Shift. Ready? Shift F. Yes.
Much rejoicing. Yay.
That's sexy. All right. So now that it's done that, now I'm going to go and fix them because I don't like where those went. But I would have to do that anyway. So the other thing I'm going to do is, even though this is technically a no connect, I'm going to delete these because I do want the traces connected. In fact, you know what we're going to do? Let's do a wire. I'm going to say no connect. And then on here, I want the no connect. But going to the actual card, I'm going to not put that there. And instead, we're going to do a jumper that is bridged. And then let's hide this. And I'll have no connect go to here. Just in case that causes a problem. All right, so then I'll go to Tools, Edit Symbol Fields, because I forgot to do the footprint. I'll click on my footprints. And then in here, I'm going to search for jumper. And then I want a solder jumper. And we're going to want the rounded pads. How about a rounded solder jumper with one pad? That one. Yep, that looks good. Okay, so we'll say okay. I'll do Control S to save, F8, update, and close. There we go. Uh-oh, did I get confused? Because this should have connected to... Wait. In the schematic, did I mess this up? Oh, I did. My bad. Okay, you know what? We're gonna rearrange this because I already confused myself. Do something like this. Whoa, I don't know what just happened there. Oh, I think I know what it is. All right, so this should come over here. We'll delete this. This connects to here, and then this one gets no connect. All right. There we go. Because then this should go right here. I'm just gonna put it like right there. That should be fine. Okay, so now if I click on that and then hit Shift F, that'll draw that in, and that looks much more pretty. All right, so the one thing I'm gonna do is I am gonna drag each of these over a little bit because I don't like them to hug the pinholes. I'd rather them be over by one. I wonder if I can get away with this. Can I select all three of these, hit D and then go left? No, it doesn't know what I want. What about G? Nope, it can't resolve that. All right, because what I'm doing is I'm clicking, I'm hitting D, and then I'm just moving one grid space to the left. I feel like there should be another way to do this, but whatever. I just want that to be a little cleaner. I wonder if I increased the clearance. I wonder if I made the clearance wider, if I could force KiCad to do this for me. But that sounds like math, and I am not good at math. All right, cool. Now let's do a view, flip board, and turn off, hide all. Let's do show only back layers. just so that this is a little bit cleaner. Now that I did that, I do want to see the copper. Okay, so it goes that way. Because what I would like to do now is do something like this, and then this, and this, and this. So I'm not doing a copy and paste on the tracks because then the net name for the track gets copied with it. And so we end up having to change that anyway. Oh, these are all going to end up being straight, aren't they? Huh, nice. Nice. So actually I should be able to just, if that's the case, I should be able to click the footprint. Well, okay. What I should actually be able to do is delete these, highlight both. I can't, why am I not selecting the footprint? Does it think the footprint's on the, that's weird. All right, if I hit Shift F, oh, nice. I didn't want it to go that far. It did do those. However, yeah, that looks good. Nice. Well, that's what we wanted. I'm still confused why, I'm gonna try something. If I do these pads, it'll let me select the pads, and if I hit Shift F on that, well, that's interesting. Okay, I see what's going on. Oh, stop it. If I highlight these and then hit Shift F. Okay. Sorry, I'm going through a little bit of a learning process. I never use this feature. So if we just highlight all these and then, or I highlight this and then hit Shift F, what's it do? Well, here it gets mad because that's on the wrong layer. I don't understand what you're doing. Because this should, like, why didn't it just do this? So if I highlight these pads, nope. This is weird. It's not letting me highlight the pads on the back. I feel like that's a bug. Well, it won't let me do them on the front either. Okay, it let me do it that time. And that's pretty much what I wanted it to do. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So then about the only thing that's not routed is this one because of that. Okay. This should have been on the back then. And then we should be able to delete this, and then we can route this one there. Okay, so now this one we can reroute because it should fit correctly. Oh, I see. I see what it did. Interesting. Okay. 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 So we're going to take and drag all of these over by a little bit. Once again, I should have, we should have played with the clearance settings. Frankly, I didn't expect the Shift F for finish feature to work that well. When things line up like this, that's pretty nice. I hear noise that I really, really hope is rain. If not, it's nice knowing everybody. Okay. So these tracks look fine to me. I'm not super excited about the potential crosstalk here. So maybe we will just move these up a little bit. I mean, oh my God, what did I just do? I guess I hit D on the footprint. So let's unselect footprint from the selection filter. I mean, given what this isn't going to be a big deal. I mean, the signal integrity on my board's not all that great, but then again, when I do revision 4, maybe I want it to be better. All right. And then on all these, I'm just hitting D for drag. I'm clicking on the segment and then hitting D for drag. And this is kind of one of those things. This is where, just like with an auto router, if you spent a lot of time figuring out the right settings, it would do exactly what I want. But like in this case, it's just faster just to do it. Okay. And then up here, this looks okay to me. I mean, we could move. No, because that's how everything lines up. Okay. What I do want to move is this. All right. Yeah, that looks much better. And then the last thing I want to do is change my settings for the power rails. We're just going to make them big fat traces. I mean, I don't think most expansion cards have any expectation to have clean power rails. I even think that the Apple documentation for the slot says to have like a big electrolytic. By big, I mean like 100 microfarads. Okay. Wow, that looks pretty good. I'm really surprised at how quick and easy that was. All right. Let's add a board outline now. So let's go ahead and just turn on all layers. All layers. And then go and flip back to the front view. And then let's go to edge cuts. And I'm going to draw a rectangle. Oh, hey, rectangle works correctly now. That is really nice. I like that. And then I'm just going to draw it up to about here. And then we'll play around with it in just a minute to make sure it's the right size. So Alt-3, let's go take a look at it in 3D. Wow. That are pretty basic. But it is what it is. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Can you round the corners on a rectangle now? Print it out, make sure it fits. Why would I do that? That is silly. You're so silly. What a silly idea. Oh. fine. We'll make sure it fits. I swear, sometimes. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and just do that right now. Oh, come on. Nothing. I want the front back copper, edge cut. Yeah, let's just do that. I'm going to do it in color, even though I think I'm out of toner. Yeah, it is a good step. Oh, you know what? Crap. Oh, I have the wrong paper. I swear, like, the only thing I print is KiCad stuff. So from the paper tray, so I might as well get like A-sized paper since that's the default. Okay. Well, Tim, I don't know. It doesn't look like this fits. Look. Oh no, I don't have any scissors. They're downstairs. Oh man. Oh, okay. How long is this one video, I wonder? Hold on. I think I have an idea. Mega IIe shots, final export it. Okay, here's what we're going to do. This is not great resolution, but I'm going to step away and get some scissors and then come back. And so what I will provide while I do that is the demo video for the Mega 2, because I've been meaning to add this anyway, and so I wonder if it's gonna let me. Okay, I gotta change that later. All right, restart when yeah okay. Yeah, the thing is, I just now finally read your name, hardware nerd. I have said for years to do the fitment check, like print it out and check, and normally I do, but sometimes I don't. So, in fact, now that we said that, I am going to change this to whatever our paper size is, just to make sure it gets the right one, and it's 4:1:1. All right. And so I'll tell that to print. Okay, so I'm going to play a short video, and when the video is done, I'll be back with scissors so that we can make sure this fits. So I'll be back in 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Now.
Here at the Bald Engineer Engineering Institute of Over-Engineered Products with Simple but Clever Names, we wondered a simple but obvious question. What if we made a computer that is bigger and slower than today's options? We based this new computer on an almost 40-year-old very large-scale integration chip called the Mega 2. It is expertly combined with a WDC 65C02 8-bit microprocessor running at 1.012 MHz for 64 out of 65 clocks. There are two 64 kilobyte DRAM banks and 32 kilobytes of, apparently, one-time programmable EEPROM. The unique Sanders integrated WAS chip supports 5¼ floppy drives, and that's it. Look, I couldn't get SmartPort to work yet, okay? If you could fit one of the many expansion cards available, it could be configured for any ID except for 3 or 6, for obvious reasons. With the help of a dual-core ARM Cortex-M0 Plus, the Mega 2 displays up to 560 by 192 pixels with up to 16 colors at the same time, via a VGA port. Did anyone check if VGA monitors are still available? Enjoy software-driven 1-bit audio via either built-in or external speakers. Beeps have never sounded so good. Another raspberry-flavored ARM chip handles the delicate operation of converting a custom-made USB 1.1 keyboard to the Apple II data bus. This brilliantly designed keyboard features volume adjustments and a soft power control for those pesky programs that rudely take over the reset vector. It even includes macro keys for common AppleSoft activities, and supports the famous 3-finger salute. The all-new Mega IIe is compatible with thousands of Apple II, II Plus, and IIe applications, utilities, and games.
All right. Hey, Justin. Good to see you. Yes, actually, ever since you said something on LinkedIn about my thumbnails, now I'm super self-conscious about them. And the thing is, for the Element 14 videos, I basically just run the camera and then I pose a bunch of ways. And then our editor will try and figure out a thumbnail based on what he thinks we can do. And so that's actually one of the things that they do for me is they come up with the Element 14 thumbnails. And so I always try to give them a bunch of options, and I always find it interesting what he picks. Okay, here we go. Because Tim said we should do this. God, I hate it when he's right. Yeah, okay, so number 1. Oh, you idiot. Okay. Yeah, I didn't cut that close enough. Okay, so that should actually... I'll print that again in a second, and because that should fix it. What I don't have available, though, is the socket. However, this card, the card now will come to... The extension card now comes to basically the top line here. And then the socket actually sticks out a couple of millimeters on top, so that will be enough clearance. But I made this size wrong. Measure something. Okay, good point. Let's do a. Let's just do this. Let's just do a line and make it. What am I at? That's an edge cut. We don't want that. Let's put this on user 9. And I'll make sure we add that. Line width will be 1 millimeter. And we'll start at X and we'll do 163.8 plus 10 millimeters. So we get a 10 millimeter line that we can look at. Okay. So now we'll do a file print. I need to turn on layer 9. Make sure I'm still on letter size paper. And print that. OneNote? Why do I have OneNote installed? I got rid of Office. Oh wow, OneNote didn't uninstall. Huh. That's weird. Okay, that's better. All right. Okie dokie. Oh, what the heck? for some reason this looks bigger, but it's not. So now I'm going to pull out my calipers, see, and measure that segment that we just made. It's 10 point something. Yeah, that okay. So it's as close to 1-to-1 as I'm going to get by cutting paper up. But by the way, adding a I forgot what it's called, but adding a measurable element whenever you're moving between like even file formats. So like if you export a DXF or an SVG, I always add a 10 millimeter line somewhere because that will immediately tell you if a scaling error occurred. And like in the case of SVGs, I think you almost like some tools, you almost always have to add a scaling factor. And so it just makes it super easy to say, okay, I need to scale this by 1.33333333 millimeters. Okay, so now, oh yeah, that looks good. It could probably go, because this paper is a little more bendy, it could probably go just a little bit, but I'm going to leave it as it is because I'd rather use sandpaper and sand it down if I need to. So that's going to be great. I like that. Yeah, that's going to work out. I think I got rid of Office. Microsoft said otherwise. Yeah. You know, it's really funny. I didn't really mind paying the Microsoft subscription for a while. And then I realized I couldn't remember the last time they added anything new to it. Like even with Adobe, it's still like every other year, I feel like they do major updates to the applications I use. Or add some major functionality, not really a major update. But with Office, I was like, why am I paying a subscription for like the 3 things that I do in Office and I don't see it changing or doing anything different or anything new? And so I switched to LibreOffice, which I'd used on Linux a little bit. And I loaded it. In fact, I'll tell you what I loaded. When I finally decided, I was like, okay, this is going to work out. I loaded the presentation I did at SuperCon on the Mega 2, which was like a 150 megabyte PowerPoint with a boatload of animation in it. And it looked exactly the same. I was like, okay. I don't like the user interface. It's not, there's a couple of things that I was really used to in Office that I like better, but for a not paying for it, between that and Google Docs, because I use Google for my domains, yeah, it's like, what the heck? Anyway, that's enough of my ranting on that. So we'll delete that. We'll delete that. Okay. So the last thing I want to think about is, do I want to put, well, I know I want to. I want to put the labels for the pins, but I don't want to type them. Like I'm a little bit okay with this board being, I don't want to say sloppy, but I'm not as worried about it. I'm not as worried about it. So let's do turn off. Let's just turn the copper layers off. So this is the original board. Here's what I was going to try to do. Can we just take these text? I guess I could have just done a highlight to do this, but too late now. And then I'm going to try and paste this into here, except they are backward. Right? Because 12 volt is over here, and then SD. Why are they called SD bus? Oh, slot data bus. Okay. I don't want to flip it. Oh, why won't it let me? I can't do Y. Can I do X? Ooh, it didn't like that at all. So if I highlight this, can I? Oh, I guess, you know, I know what it is. Y only works in schematic. Okay, I got another idea. So the problem is the labels went 12 SD1, SD0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the pins go the opposite direction. And so what I need is, what I want to do is highlight this and then flip it, but then put it back on the front silk and unmirror it.
There was much rejoicing. Yay!
That's like, you know what that is? That's like James 5 KiCad 0, even though it crashed a couple times, so maybe it won in that case. Three, four, five. Man, you know, why did I do it this way? Why didn't I just... Oh, okay. I know what I did. So now that now that I did that, I don't want to do it that way. Okay, if I rotate this, it just rotates the whole thing. Because I think what happened on the card for for Rev 2, I didn't have enough space for the labels, so I had to like get creative. Align to bottom. All right, and now we can move this over. Oh, actually, this is going to be aligned to top. And then I'm going to just line this up to the 12 volt. And see if these are all close enough. That looks really good to me. And then I will add a polygon around ground. Yep, and we're going to fill that. And then I'm going to do copy, paste, flip, and put that on the back side. And then I'm going to put one down here, but not as big. And that's just, I always like to mark my grounds so that it is super obvious if you're trying to probe. Because I think this only has one ground. Is there one on the other side? Yeah, there's only one ground pin on the socket, on the sockets, which is terrible. But thanks a lot, Woz. Just kidding. I still love you. Or I still highly respect you. Maybe that's a more appropriate thing to say. Okay. And then we'll paste that into here. Except now I want to do an align to top. And I'm going to move this down here. I'm not too worried about this overlapping because we're actually just going to... Ooh, shoot. I got to do the flippy thing again. We got to flip it, put it back to the front. Yeah, apparently it's not. Thanks, Squire. Just thought of something. I don't actually want these marked on this pin header up here. I want them marked down here. because this is the so what I really want is not I want to select this, and then I want to move these. I actually want these down here. And I may even want to bump this up a little bit. I wonder how bad this is going to be. Footprint. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll take that. I'll take it. And then, oh, gosh. I'm tempted just to leave these as it is. I want it to move this header because I want it a little more space, because when the card plugs into my socket on the Mega board, I have a feeling those silk screens are going to be much harder to see. So, and I guess I don't really have a good reason for this to not be more in the middle. I just didn't put it in the middle, so whatever. God, now I said that out loud and I want it in the middle. Tough. Drag all day long. Drag while I sing this song. Some of you might think that I sing these songs only when I'm live streaming, but this is what I do when I'm off the camera too. So you're welcome for that. Oh, now these are on top of each other. I don't like that. I does not like that. Okay, I don't have a choice. Oh well. Okay, so why did I end up, what was my deal with this one? I think I was just never satisfied with how this worked out. I really don't like them overlapping. I just realized. There. So what is this? 8.2. I could probably actually get away with larger since this board isn't too. It's actually a pretty large board. All right, and then I wanted to on this one. Okay, so then we can select these. Nope. I only want the text. Select the text. And then I'm going to move this up. Wow, those actually ended up off kilter. Align to top. All right. what I was trying to do, I meant to do this. I wanted to click those two and do knockout so that they're reversed since they are power rails, just so that they're a little more obvious. And then on these, looks like this guy can move over a little bit. How about this one? This one? This one? This one? Okay, let me move this one over. Sweet. Okie dokie. Then we're going to grab all these guys. We're going to align to bottom. Wait. I don't like the way that these are. We'll do a little bit of rotate. Wait a minute. I can just highlight these and then do 90, can't I? Okay. Highlight all the text. Right click on this one because it's the lowest, and then do align to bottom. And then we're going to move these down here. And we may have to make some changes, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll get there. All right, so first, this graphic is way too in the way. Also, where's the one on the bottom? There it is. Found it. All right, so we're going to put that one there. Flames, what? Oh, well, that's interesting. Oh, why'd you have to be right there in the way? What the heck? Also, why is that labeled wrong? And where is BA15? All right. Okay, those all look good to me. All right, so then I want to do the same. Wasn't there? Yeah, there was a 5-volt on this one, so let's knock that one out. And now what I would like to do is only text. I'm going to grab all the, wait a minute. I think I already know this. That's not going to work. I want to grab all the text. I want to do a copy, paste, flip, rotate, align to top. Then this should go here. And then this way we get text on both sides of the board. Always want text on both sides. Well, I guess maybe there's times when you don't, but I do. All right, and then we rotate that around. And we'll do an align to bottom. Move all day long. Haha, okay, cool. So let's save that. And then let's do a 0.2, 0.8, and a 0.8. And I want to knock those out too. So I don't know. I think we're going to get a DRC error on that. And I'm probably just going to have to live with it because reasons. Yeah, I don't like that. I'd rather leave that. Okay. Oh, that's not going to work anyway. Because there's no solder mask. Okay. All right. I'm pretty happy with that. The only thing is, so let's see, how am I gonna do this then? Like, I can do this. This gets, to me, this is kind of messy, but I pretty much have to do it this way. All right, let's take a look at that. Yep, that looks good. And then keyboard and keyboard, rear and rear. All right. Okay, so now we can do, let's do one more text element on the back silk screen. And this will be GD, I guess this is actually, yeah, GD slot expand, Rev 1. Yeah, we'll just leave the big text. Okay. Looks good to me. I am going to do one alignment trick and then we'll call that good. So I want to select the text and the footprint. And now I should be able to do align to center and align to vertical center. Wrong. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. So pretty. All right, I want to check one more thing. Do I have a 3D model for this? I feel like I might. Let's go users. That's me. And Dropbox, KiCad, download it, component step files, and then in here, that's not it. Uh-oh. Oof. You know, anytime an application starts chunking, I'm like, I really wish I had saved. Oh, I thought that was going to be it. I thought I had a model for this. I must not. That's okay. All right. Oh, wait. You know what I could look at? I can just look at this one. I do. Oh, it's in the wrong folder. That's why. Display, please. Well, that's not right. I don't think that's the right orientation. Okay. I might just go with it because that's pretty close. And it's not like this matters. We got to move the Z in the other direction though. There we go. And then let's keep going this way. Okay. All that so that we can look at it this way. Oh, look at that. Look how cool. It's so neat. Hey, unselect. So if your 3D model is stuck in green, it's because you have a thing selected in the PCB editor. So just unselect or deselect stuff and then it'll turn back. It'll stop being green. And see, like I said, this is going to stick up a couple millimeters above. So it's actually going to come out slightly higher, which is okay because eventually I want to make a new cover that will have a socket on it, or a hole for the socket. I just haven't bothered to, oh God, then I got to paint it. I didn't think about that. Never mind. Never mind. I don't want to paint it. Okay. And then actually, what we could do is I could actually turn this off because that's not going to be populated. That's just there for why not. There we go. There we go. I'm cool with that. I like it. I think it looks pretty smashing. Very fancy. Ooh, I see one change we can do is I can bring this much farther over to here. Because otherwise it looks like read write is part of the no connect. Yeah, I like that much better. Okay. So I got out of order. There was a critical thing we forgot it to do, and that is, oh, thanks. Thank you. Select all, move. I did not see that. Did not see that. No, I did not. Thank you, Squire. Add a logo. Yeah, there's not enough room for a logo anywhere. So it's okay. DRC, run that. Okay. Fine. I'm gonna end up sanding it anyway. Solder mask apertures. Okay. These we're just going to ignore that. So we're going to exclude this violation. No. Exclude all violations of solder mask minimum width web. Okay. So that's what it was. So basically it's the primary two things it was mad about was the board edge outline was it was actually cutting off the pads, which I want that cut to be as close to the pads as I can so that it works as a slot card, but that'll be fine. I mean, these things are huge, so there's plenty of margin. And then the other thing it's upset about is the way that I designed this is there's no solder mask on the card edge, which you don't really want. And so it's just mad because we have that overlapping, and that's okay. So those errors are gone. And now let's go check our warnings. Silk screen clipped. Oh, fair enough. We should actually just turn this one off, and we could turn this one off. And then there should be one for the J1. Maybe I didn't include one in the footprint. All right, so that should get rid of those. And then this one, let's see, wait. Why is it upset about something here? What is this rule? What is this one? Pen header footprint. Okay, yeah. We did that on purpose. And then these, I think, are clipped. Let's see, what is this one? Solder mask does not match copy in library. This keeps coming up. And I don't know why, because this footprint, I didn't change this footprint. Like if I do update footprint and tell it to update with the one in the library, it shouldn't change anything. But I still get this warning, and I don't understand this warning. Footprint, blah, 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 does not match copy in library jumper. Is it because I turned... Wait, is that why? Because I turned off the silk? No. Yeah, I don't understand why it's what it's complaining about. All right, let me come back to that. Board edge, yeah, all this stuff, I don't care. These are fine. Yeah, okay, the rest of these, okay, everything else is fine. I have another thought. Yeah, no, that is so weird. I don't understand, why is it telling me that it doesn't match when I didn't do anything to it? Like right now, if I do edit and then do update footprint from library, update that, update. So that didn't change. And then if we rerun DRC, it still says does not match copy in library jumper. And I noticed this on something else I was working on. Like this showed up all of a sudden, and I don't understand what it's at. I don't get it. So whatever. I don't know. Well, cool. There we go. There is our first KiCad 8 project. All right, I'm going to ray trace this, so I'm going to be quiet while that runs because I think that messes up my... Whoa, wait, I guess the board's really small, but that was way faster than I'm used to. That doesn't even look any better. What the hell? That can't be. I must not have something set right. Ray trace, render, procedural, slow, number of samples. I don't know. Ambient light. I feel like I must have had something different. I'll have to look at what my old settings were because that was just way too fast. Let me try that again. Still feels like it's going too fast, but whatever. Export JPEG, and then let's put it in the same directory. Cool. All right, I'm gonna Gerber that up, and let's turn this off. No. How do I turn it off? Whatever. It's cool. We got it. I can ship it. So cool. Well, that was fun. So my plan is I want to spend a little bit more time with 8 with these release candidates, and then I'm going to try to, around the time KiCad announces 8, I want to try to do like a quick video on some of the new features. So we'll see if that works out. But other than the handful of bugs that I ran into, I mean, the like ahead of time, I knew from KiCad, the big changes in the in the schematic editor. You've got the properties window. We noticed the footprint editor now looks just like the PCB editor, which I wonder, how's the schematic editor look, or the symbol editor? Okay, yeah, so symbol editor also looks on par with the. That's nice. That's gonna be really nice. Oh, here's one. Oh, I wanted to check this out. Okay, I got one thing I want to check before we... Okay, I tell you what, let me get out of this project. I want to look at one more thing. These are the bugs I ran into. So let's do this. I'm going to commit this as ready for fab, but I forgot to do. I forgot to generate the gerbs. But we'll do that in a minute. So what I wanted to try is, let's open up KiCad 8, and then I want to go to recent project. I want to open up my Scratch project. I'm going to go into the schematic editor, and then I'm going to add like, I don't know, what do I know offhand? RP2040. All right. So if we edit this symbol, there was a bit of a bug where, how did this work? If you filled the symbol with anything other than its default color, I don't want red, I want it orange, it would hide. Yep. Okay. So in 7, if you changed the color to anything other than the yellow color, then this the text of the text of the pins would get masked. It was like something was wrong with the way that it layered. And I remember one of the devs, I think it was John, had opened up an issue for that. Oh, no. It still does it. Damn. Oh, darn. Yeah, so if you change it to fill with body background color, which is the, that's set by the preferences or the theme, it's fine. But if you fill it with a different color, the symbol with a different color, then it wipes out. It's like layered on top of everything else, which is really frustrating. So, darn. Okay. Wonder if there's any changes in the simulation. I don't know. I need to spend time with that. What else could we... Yeah, okay. I'm good. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out, everybody. This was fun. I'm pretty happy with the way this one came out. For a quick, I want to check the program out. Ran into a couple of bugs, which is unfortunate, but also it's not released yet, so that's cool too. And then I'm going to get this sent off so that I can finally plug in boards into the Mega 2, such as I have a disk controller that can do smart port, and I would like to run. I have a that's not up here. I have a FujiNet that I want to mess with on the Mega 2, but I can't because my Mega 2 doesn't support smart port yet. So that's going to be fun to do, I think. There, I was going to have that open while I talk, but now I'm done talking. So, okay. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. For those that don't know, we do have a Discord. And, hey, XOT, great to see you. Yeah, thanks. I will probably play with it on my 2GS first, or even on my 2E, but I want to be able to use it on the Mega 2. So, all right. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Great to see you guys, and I will catch you later. And yeah, have a good one. Try to find time to make or do something you enjoy. Take care.